are, Td5 engine lifting out time. So this is what I'm up to now. Okay, I see obviously the Td5 engine on its way out, half out. A lot of people will wonder what this is. It's because when you lift on the lifting eyes, you can get some twist. You can get a bit of a twisting motion. So that's just a stabiliser, just to keep it from twisting in and out, round and round, and all that palaver. Everything is undone that I can see. Now, the way to do it is basically a little bit at a time. Lift, check, lift, check, lift, check. And I can't emphasise enough for that, because the smallest amount of wire that you might miss is left in place and it's ripped off, then it can be such a ball ache to replace when it comes to refitting. Dual mass flywheel, clutch, not in bad nick, but that chances are with it being out it'll get replaced anyway. The gearbox is obviously jacked up on the underneath of the car and then wedged up so there's no movement. Find it easier that way to remove it, and obviously that'll get all removed when it becomes time to take the body off. Or rather than take the body off, the best way to describe it would be to remove the chassis, because what I'm going to do is block the body up and then pull or roll, if you like, the chassis from underneath it. I have got it lifted now, about 4 to 6 inch away around there, but it's fully sat down, so it's holding itself in place weight wise, with blocks that's chocked up there and chocked up right at the front, which I'll show you now. So that's taking the weight of the body, and it's a good basis to work from. Just quickly underneath there, that's the gearbox wedged in place. Everything perfectly undone. Brake line stretched to breaking point, but that's irrelevant because the chances of them going back on are very slim. If I'm going to put a body lift on it, which I might do, a 2 inch, which is obviously less than that, 40mm, somewhere around there I should think, about 40mm. So it'll sit a bit lower, but they'll still be a bit short, so I think the chances are I'm going to get longer ones and get them replaced. So other than that, tunnel is out. Tunnel has to come out so you can get down into the gearbox, and obviously that sits here, so we lifted quite a lot. Now the reason for me taking the engine out at this stage is because I'm doing it on my driveway. I'm doing it with axle stands, bottle jacks, this and other. The less height I need to clear everything body wise from chassis, the better. Now the engine's the highest part of the vehicle underneath, so the engine is coming out for that reason first. Once the engine is out, it has to go up half an inch to an inch, and the only thing it needs to clear then is the highest point, which is probably the gear stick there. I might as well remove that to give me even more room, because what I want to do is, this is a D2. D2s do not come with diff lock, however transfer boxes often have them on. They're available to fit, and this one has, which you can see down there. So what I might do, what I'm going to do is convert this to diff lock, so give the best of every world really. But let's get on now with the removal of the engine. So basically all it needs now is to go up to clear the body, chocked into place, and up we go, nice and steady, plenty of clearance above. Making sure there's nothing catching, nothing going to catch or clang or bang or anything else. Okay, so there we go, we're clear of that, and we're still going up. So obviously the worry is, will it go high enough? And the idea is that it definitely will, because at the end of the day I've got a slope here, and I can, when it comes to rolling it back, it'll give that little bit of a lift as well. That's the space it's giving. And another reason why it's coming out is because this will allow me much easier to remove what is connected from body to chassis, ready for the chassis to come out. So all pipe work and everything can be disconnected from inside the bay without the engine being there, getting in the way really, if you like. So go up a bit more. I'm near about clear. What I might start doing now, make sure the roof's okay, is just bring it back a little bit and rotate it round. Making sure nothing's getting in the way, which, as I'm sure you can imagine, everything's ripping well. Because it's clear, I can just pull it backwards. As so. Wait, good, height-wise good. So backwards we come. To make the movement as smooth as possible, which you can see isn't easy. You've got such little space to work with. Tells me it's time to go down. Nice and slow. Obviously the lower you get it the better. The manoeuvring round, that will do for me. Watch out for any drain plugs, because the sump isn't flat. I'm obviously using an angle piece of wood. I'll do for that piece to start with. Okay, so if you look, it's going to fall forward. So just lift the front up a bit. I'll put some more wood to put on the front of there. I don't want to use wood that's going to later come in handy for jacking up or anything. That will do nicely. So, off with the ball and chain. Right, off with the chain. Td5 is out of the vehicle. So as you can see, there, nothing's going to come to harm. It's very stable, be covered up, all secured and all that. And that's what I'm working with at the moment. It's good, and away you go. So that's another video finished, and I hope you enjoyed it.